is corruption. The biggest enemy of the country, and which is making leaders throw the constitution out of window as an inconvenience, is because they do not want to follow any rules. They want to use our money as their personal money. Health won't work because money for health is being pocketed, is being misused. Our greatest enemy is corruption. So let's diagnose the problem so that even as we pray for Kenya to change, we are calling the problems by name, and in our conversations with the people, we are actually ready to fight that enemy called corruption. And if we know it's corruption we are fighting, we will then also be mindful of the kind of leaders we get to elect. So continue praying. Prayers work, but I'm told it is prayers plus action. So on our knees, but yes, also on our phones talking to the people at home, to the people around us, so that things can change. And the window for talking is only between now and same time next year. After that, malaria ya siasa itaanza. People will be hard of hearing. We start shouting at each other instead of talking, and we stop listening to each other. So I would say continue praying, but let us diagnose the problem so that we are able to pray with clarity of what we are asking for. Let us enforce the law. Where the law is enforced, corruption goes down. But now impunity and corruption are on the rise because nothing happens. That is why they not only steal, but they will show you to your face how they are using the money. From shoes to watches to everything. Conspicuous consumption. Things you know their salaries cannot afford. So let us diagnose the problem. I said I will not say much because we all know what is ailing us. Macau, impressed that you've come all the way from Delaware. We were in Delaware yesterday morning to see the governor. We paid a courtesy call on your governor, and we then returned to DC. The youth agenda. I want to agree with you. The youth, I actually call them wenye nchi. Generation yangu sisi ni wananchi. Lakini wenye nchi ni wale, because they have more at stake. They are not only in school, others are beginning families. They are the ones who are worrying about the environment where they are raising their children, or if at all they will be able to found families. Because without employment, it's difficult even to found families. And for me and the PLP party, we are saying, don't just involve youth in governance. Involve them in government, also as cabinet secretaries. Because we have able youth, and Botswana is leading in involving youth in government. And we have seen it's able youth that they are involving, and there are other countries. If I remember, Jacinda Ardern was not a youth, but she was youthful, being a prime minister at 37. But Finland had a 34-year-old, a proper youth, as a minister as one time, as a prime minister at one time. So involve the youth, and I would like to tell you, Macau, that even my SG is an actual youth. My deputy is youthful, he's no longer a youth, but we have several youth within the management of the party. And I know parties are trying their best to involve the youth. And when you join a party, whether youth or women, fight for your space. Don't just sit there. Demand. Just like I'm going to tell diaspora, Githai asked about voter suppression. I agree with her. Become involved and engaged as diaspora. You support the economy with so much, your hard-earned dollars. Demand. And I know there is a petition by the diaspora to increase the polling stations to various other cities where there is a concentration of Kenyans. We in the opposition are supporting that. I don't have members of parliament, but we discussed with my brother Kalonzo and Wamalwa about their members pushing the diaspora petition. But you also can be active and write memorandums saying this is what you want, and keep reminding us about the 641, because you are supporting. You are actually subsidizing the corruption in Kenya, because when the health fails, it is you supporting your relatives in Kenya. When education systems fail, when they are hungry, it's you sending the money. You have a lot to do with the economy, and you are the #1 foreign exchange earner. So let's all play our part to make Kenya a better place, and to also give diaspora their place and their say in what goes on in the country. We will support you from the other end.